5 a.m. Let's come on.
Okay, the liquid, obviously.
It's pouring. Look at this. Look at this. Right. Wait.
It's coming in.
Oh, there it is. I was waiting for it. Right.
And then obviously.
I felt like it wasn't actually going to happen.
No, it's the.
I got a little scared.
And the tides. Obviously, not everybody is bringing this kind of metaphysical heft.
Mm-hmm.
To Twitch intros.
Sure.
Let's be clear. We're getting into some kind of sophisticated stuff here when the liquid goes up and comes down.
Yeah, that's real.
So something to consider.
Gravity.
I feel sort of alive after shot 2.
That's good.
Let me see. Yeah, Gregor, thank you so much. Let me see if I can do something approximating the intro.
Great.
Hello, it is I, your internet friend, Jennifer K. Harkrams. Thanks, Nord. And however it came to be, you've
Mhm.
fallen ass backwards into Twitch's brewing show, Acquisitions Intoxicated, a program whose noble purpose is to give you that which you already own, the art and science of brewing. I'm already exhausted.
Dude, I know the feeling. I was knocked out for 3 days.
I am
But
tired now.
here's the thing. I would do it again if I had to. Like, it's worth it.
Yeah, I mean, get ready for shot 3.
I don't care. I'm taking. Give me as many shots as I need. I don't give a fuck.
I had to get there.
Yeah.
Right. Like I had serious fear around needles, and I basically had to get over it.
Yeah.
For this thing, and so now
they're actually really good about needles. Like the doctors and nurses that are doing it. Like, I didn't even feel them.
No, the first one I didn't feel. The second one,
yeah,
I felt like I was mugged. Like I checked for my wallet afterward. It was a different experience. Of course, I am joined as almost always by Acquisitions Intoxicated Brewmaster Eric J. Benson.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're wondering, like, wait a second, who's this new character? Who's now I have to remember some new guy? Don't worry about it. It's you probably already know him by one of his other names.
Oh,
some of which I'll just detail for you now. Obviously, if you have a mental region reserved for the notorious EJB, same guy.
Sure.
Azerbaijan, same guy. Edge Benson, same guy. So it's like it's that in your mind maybe you're thinking of this as like a pantheon.
Is this some weird religious, like, you know,
the symbol?
They all inhabit one body, but
I'm saying that it's like the Catholic.
Are you calling me the Christ child? I mean, I'm fine.
It's like the Catholic model of the Trinity. It's like one entity. They're all joined, mm-hmm. if you will, in that particular thing. Omin Dran, thank you so much. Holy shit. Okay, exhausted now. It's 7 minutes into the program.
I'm like the exact opposite. I'm on fucking hyperdrive right now. Like, let's go run a marathon.
Well, dude. You look fit and lean like a new man. So this is your CPAP.
Yeah,
situation, and now you feel like you're on coke.
I essentially, like, I have never been this awake in my entire life. Literally, they basically said you haven't slept for 20 years, and I now understand what they mean.
Yeah, you look crazy. You look like you're ready to sell me something on the street.
Tell me, what can I do to get you into this beer today?
Dude, this would be incredible. But you have to use, I'm saying this is the day for the cold calls.
Right.
I'm just saying, exactly. Just get a phone in each hand.
I don't even give a shit what I'm selling. It's like, hey, do you want like 39 Jolly Rogers? Cool, done. Give it $5. Okay, we're in.
Get a phone on each side of your face.
Yeah.
And do it all.
Yeah.
Do everything at once.
Yep.
Listen. So, as so many times before, of course we try to adhere as much as possible to the hero's journey on the program. Again, this is connected with the liquid thing at the beginning. It's a lot of metaphysical heft, a lot of philosophical content. You're not going to get anywhere else. So, but good news. Today we tap the first of our draconic quintad.
Yeah.
The Tiamat themed set of chromatic dragon beers, Venom in the Veil. We have it right here.
So we're gonna have a lot to discuss about with this beer.
You think so?
No, I know so, and there'll be. Tiamat has already struck.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
we should have understood when we were trying to deal with this topic.
Yeah, that shit was gonna happen, right? Like,
yeah. Fair enough.
Let me go put the grains in.
Because
we're going to be putting in Fathomless Fire today. This is for the Red Dragon.
Oh yeah, the last basically to get brewed that we put together last week.
This was classic Golden Promise for the Hordes of Gold, right? Some Munich and a little bit of special roast for a toasty flavor.
Oh yeah, this is going to be nice.
Oh, am I?
Well, and some ingredients.
Yep.
But those are the dry ingredients, and I have those chipotle peppers for you.
Yep, chipotle and pomegranate. So that's going to be.
It's going to be whacked out. Yes, crusty order. It's going to be crusty order. It's going to be nuts for sure. All right. So
Okay.
let's get this product bopping.
Yeah, hold on. Zoom!
Yeah, so something has gotten into him. I guess it's rest. I guess what we're experiencing from Mr. Benson today is the actual is Eric Prime, the natural his final form, I guess, which is like actually his most basic form. It's just plus sleep. No, it's the dark energy. But let's see if he has what it takes to do this right here. Yeah, no, he's still got it. The old man still got it. Look at that. Look at that vim and vigor. Look at his fingers dancing on the controls. Just exquisite. Just an incredible product end to end. Tasty grain bill there. Going to work already with a few, and of course we'll see those flecks grow in contrast as they soak, but this is going to be a pretty cool, this is going to be a pretty solid ale over here. Oh, so 8-Bit Workshop, you had the same experience once you activated the CPAP device. You experienced a similar thing where your body was nourished by the true air. Yeah, I know that he had to go do the sleep study, which, I mean, sounds very weird. Being observed while you sleep, I mean, that sounds unpleasant. I don't like that.
Okay, what?
Well, 8-Bit Workshop says they were like that once they got after their first sleep with the CPAP machine. They said they slept for 19 hours and the world changed colors.
Yeah, I don't know what the hell's going on right now. I'm like running on hyperdrive.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
Well, here, so before we continue too much farther, so you ended up going to a place, right?
Totally.
Yeah.
But they have a. Like? That was fine. They literally, it's literally a hotel room, in downtown Seattle. I mean, it feels like a hotel room.
That's not what it looks like. It's not like a regular.
No.
I guess so. Did you have like electrodes?
Yep. So they just took your head up with a ton of electrodes, 2 on your chest and then some on your feet to see if you have restless leg syndrome.
Oh, is that another thing that it can be?
Yeah, that can keep you up at night. So, and then you just fall asleep and that's it. Yeah. I mean, it's pitch black. You don't know they're watching you, blah, blah, blah. And then in a week or 2, they get you your results and it's that easy.
But that's the prerequisite for being able to secure the device, correct?
Yeah, and that's the diagnosis. And then they come back. Then you go back and do a second sleep study once you know that you need a CPAP or a BiPAP. And that's where they, like last night, so they ran all the different tests to figure out which type of, or the second, or it's not last night, but the second time, they determine which settings you need, and what type of air.
Your calibration.
Yeah, exactly.
Fucking crazy.
But good God, it's literally, there's nothing to be worried about with it. It's like, there's no, I felt like I was staying at a hotel, right? Yeah. Other than electrodes on my head.
You did basically exactly the same situation. You just doom scrolled for 4 hours and fell asleep type thing.
I fell asleep in 15 minutes. So, I mean, you can.
Yeah, you know what? This is the other thing, dude. It's also that change of pace.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the first time you'd slept outside the house.
Right.
Right,
exactly. So, and for me, I like staying in hotel rooms. I don't know why. I'm weird. Like, for some reason, I sleep great in hotel rooms.
Oh, no, it's exactly the same for me. I have exactly the same problem.
Yeah.
Let me say, Jack Lemon says, my problem, and this is how the doctor approached it, I have a fat tongue that is too large for the orifice it occupies. I've been saying that forever, dude. I'm always like, I don't know if Jack Lemon's fucking tongue is out of control.
But that shit, man.
He's got to reel it in. It's like, it's like.
I mean, there's corrective surgery for that type of stuff,
Get that forked tongue action.
Fuck yeah.
Get in there and get wild. Oh, Mr. Lemon, I should say, yeah, Puke. Nice. You got the reference. But Jack Lemon, I just wanted to say that it was really, really great having a chance to play Across the Obelisk with you the other night with the actual full party of 4. It was an absolute blast, and I hope that you enjoyed it. They just put up a little update with community rewards where you can start games with 3,000 gold and crystals to start your run, which I suspect is going to lead to a very effective run. That's my suspicion.
Yes, I hope.
I can see a situation where you start and then you just do a bunch of divinations and then quit that game. And then maybe do it again a couple more times.
Yeah.
But like I say, man, anytime you want to get in, I tried to send you an invite the other night as well. And you can expect that to continue. So we got some product here. You gonna grab yourself a frosty mug, or should I even drink this?
I'm already set.
Oh, okay, good. Because you were telling me that the mother of dragons.
Oh yeah, I want you to source what you taste out of that beer.
So can you pull up the list?
Nope.
Pull up the ingredient.
I'm not even going to tell you. I literally want to know what taste you get on your palate when you drink that.
I don't know what that is.
How would you describe it?
Bad.
Well, yeah.
Oh. Ugh. I mean, okay. Let's have some more. This is super weird bitterness that's left after you drink it up on top. Is this a butter thing? Is this an infection?
Could be, could not be. So here's the thing. If it was a Brett infection, it'd be sour. If it was a lacto infection, it would be tart. It is neither one of those. So there are two things that can be. Does it taste like plastic to you? Because it tastes like plastic to me.
Oh yeah, here it's out on the lips. It's more of a texture.
Yep. So this could either just be a bad yeast strain that we got.
I mean, it had to happen eventually.
Yep. Or it's the actual infection. So
yeah, and where would that even be in that system?
It's not in the pico. It won't happen in the pico because that's all hot side.
Yeah, true.
You don't get an infection until you go below 130 degrees.
Right. So it's got to be in the fermenter.
Yep. So it's in some of our fermenters. If it is in fact a infection, it's in the fermenters. And now there are things that we do. And the reason I wanted to talk about this is because people need to see it.
Well, this is key. Right? This is actually really important. This information is probably more important for new brewers than learning that we kick ass.
Right.
Again.
Right.
Right.
So if it's an infection, lacto,
that's plastic.
Lacto you can get out with Star San easy. Brett, you can't. So like when you do a sour with Brett, you need to use iodine. To
kill it?
Kill it. So essentially what I have to figure out, we have to figure out if this is in fact an infection or if it was just a bad strain of yeast. Because that can happen.
Jackal, I was under the impression that Star San just fucked shit up.
Nope. It can only do one of the different kinds. So,
holy shit! How tough is that? How tough is that? How tough is that infection? How tough is that strain that it can live under in the type of pH generated by Star San?
But Star San is low acidity. It's not high. It's not caustic. So
I guess that's true. So PBW.
Yeah, no. So PBW, I wouldn't use it. So you use iodine to kill infections.
Interesting. Well, and that's a pretty classic infection killer, right?
Yep.
Like tonic water.
Yep. So all you really do is for 5 gallons, like for each corny, we'll soak it. Um, you will soak it in. Use 2 tablespoons for 5 gallons, or no, excuse me, a half a tablespoon for 5 gallons, and you just soak it for 30 minutes in iodine, and it kills everything in there.
Oh, so just dump that in, fill
Yep.
up.
What we'll also do is anything that's rubber, where you throw away.
Yeah. Any
So
seals?
so seals, the siphons, all that shit gets tossed out.
Oh,
The
so
airlocks,
you wouldn't even soak those.
because it's porous,
Yeah.
so the infection could be just lurking in the pores, and that's harder to get out. So with the cost of stuff, it's going to be like $50 to replace all of our plastic shit, right? So
Yeah.
that's
And
that's
and
that's fine with me.
just to have it outside, just to have it situated in a place where you don't have to worry about it or think about it or consider reinfection
Right,
into the garbage.
right. Um, yeah, pretty much. So, but here's the thing: we might not have an infection, so we'll find out next week when we taste next week's beer.
Oh, so you think that this infection might be multiple, like a multiple fermenter type?
If it's an infection, it'll be in all the fermenters. If it's not, it was just a bad yeast strain.
I'm gonna cry if 5 batches are goosed. But yeah, it tastes like a
It happens.
yeah,
It
for
happens.
sure, it's real. It's
Like
real.
listen, we're brewing every single week. It's bound to happen sometime.
Honestly, we have defeated it. We have survived quite our ratio. I consider quite good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that might be it. I mean, I guess we'll see. But we'll see with the next batch. I'm just trying to figure out if there is a commonality between this and the one that I had last week, where we thought it was green,
Mm-hmm.
right? Is it possible? Thank you, D20 Buster. We will apply these bits directly to the source of pain. Yeah, so that's my thinking now, where we thought it was like something else,
Mm-hmm.
right?
So we will verify next week, and then at that point we just say fuck it and do a metric ton of cleaning.
Yeah, and just basically just get everything dialed in.
Mm-hmm.
Fair enough. Okay, well, I mean, I'll drink just about anything, but I don't know about this one.
I'm not touching it.
I mean, I guess it's a hazy. I don't.
Well, that has nothing to do with the
Well,
infection. Yeah.
oh no, I'm just saying, like, just in terms of the opacity, it's like
Yeah.
let's go in and figure out all the adjectives we can use
Right.
for this style.
But remember,
Yeah.
this was Copeland Pale, some crystal malt.
Oh, we have never tried this yeast either.
No, and it was Northern Brewer with Simcoe and Sriracha Ace.
This this list here, this should be excellent.
Should be interesting. Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying that it should be good.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't find it.
Yeah.
I can't find those other flavors are too.
Yep.
They're too present.
Right.
Yeah, Data Texas, considering its Tiamat, were we expecting anything different? No, I don't think so. But it would be especially funny and thematic if all 5 were infected.
Like,
right?
I'm not even mad. I'm like, that's just fucking brand.
No, it's exactly right. There was a gamble in calling it Venom. Listen, we don't name these beers. Okay? Like, I'm gonna outsource the blame for that. So
but this happens, right? Like, this is a normal.
This is real,
and it's fixable. It's very easily fixable.
Yes. Now, so I got my list up. There's 2 paths really here.
Nope, UGFT is not infected. That's been sitting in a different container and is perfectly crystal clear at this point.
Oh, wait, it's already been. You have it out in the carboy.
It's lagering, yeah.
Yeah. Oh boy, what does purify food and drink do to beer? I'm sure the spell. You have to think about the context in which people use these spells, uh, beer was the safe water to drink. So I'm sure that the spell covers that. That spell would probably just annihilate any of the other. It would basically lager the beer. So we need to figure out what is going to happen today. Are we going to continue with dragons? Are we going to move over to metallics?
I think metallics, right? Or we stick with or we do the last of the chromatics.
I think what are the other chromatics?
The other chromatics? Oh, let me tell you.
Is there deep lore for chromatics?
There's brown dragons.
Oh, that's right. There's some kinky ones, aren't there?
Purple dragons, gray dragons, yellow dragons.
Yeah, what else do we got here? Let's look at the Forgotten Realms wiki.
Purple dragons were Underdark dragons.
Oh, deep dragons. Okay, that's true. That's true. I do remember that. Gray dragons? Yellow dragons? And brown dragons. Oh, okay, I see. So these are the other ones that are sort of tuned to specific biomes. Yeah, let me put in additional chromatics. That moves apocryphal domain. Yeah, the original take. Obviously, we've all fantasized about making beers based on gemstone dragons. Who among us? Periwinkle dragons. I don't know about this. Essay, is that true? Titanium alloy dragon? I love this hook. That's DMing at the apex level. Yeah, I don't think we can count gray dragons as chromatic. Sure. That makes sense to me. Yeah, just cartridge dragons. Aluminum. Let's rainbow dragons. Yeah, moving to fairy dragons. What's not to like? Double dragons. Now you're reaching.
Wow.
Now you're reaching.
I didn't know there was a Fatal Fury movie. Did you?
Really? Was there really?
Yeah.
Released here?
It was on like Netflix or something.
What?
Yeah.
What? Let's see. I'm out here trying to find some product here. Yeah, obviously the Dracolich. Obviously we're all big fans of the Cult of the Dragon.
Well, yeah, obviously.
Let's get deep blue dragons. This is some pun behavior, Brandish, and you know that. You know that. Anime themed? No. Not on my watch. Although I watched the shit out of a bunch of anime yesterday.
Yeah, I gotta.
Thunderbolt is pretty good. Thunderbolt, but it's very, very military sci-fi.
Right.
It's like Enemy at the Gates, but like with robots in space. What's not to like?
I'm not arguing it at all. I'm still going to argue your hatred of tartar sauce, but
Well, yeah, we can litigate that all you want.
Well, that's going to be a long-standing issue.
All right, so there is some queries for you. Take a look. What I saw, D20 Buster, what I've seen of Ironblood Orphans in this first season so far is really, really good. It's pretty character oriented in terms of like how the robots like what the ratio is. There's a lot of kids in this and some robots.
We never did the Dracolich for the Ack Inc. show way back when, right? Remember that original Dracolich that Chris brought on that you rode to Jim's house with?
Oh, way back.
Way back. There's a good hook.
Kindled Sky. What's funny? Kindled Sky is saying, "Hey, Iron Blood Orphans season 2 is somehow even better." Depends on who you ask.
Mm,
There are people who are telling me not to watch the second season at all,
really?
not even to start it,
Hmm.
just to watch that first season and say, "Hey, I watched the whole thing." Whoa. Blind Cleric. No, the assessment of Venom, it's impossible to know because something's goof troop about this. I can see Brett. I can see Brett in this taste profile.
No,
If,
I mean, no, it's not sour. Is that sour at all to you? It's not sour to me.
For me, it's the smell, but ugh. I don't know what it is. I just have to accept the things I cannot change.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Oh, Saga Inferna. That is at 130 PDT. Orion Rogue. Oh, you missed it earlier. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you do this type of shit all the time if you want to chime in. The main taste that we're talking about is plastic, I think. And so I need to stop drinking.
It's like, this tastes like crap. Here, have a sip. Oh, I'll have another.
Well, you know how it is. You drink a lot of homebrew that, you know, is a little bit off model sometimes.
Still gonna get drunk off. You just plug your nose.
It's still alcohol.
Yeah.
And you did make it. Oh, I certainly try. I think it's a cool handle, Saga. But yeah, so Gunpla after this, and then Across the Obelisk, which is basically co-op Slay the Spire, at 3:00. Come by and check out a decent run. This is Venom in the Veil, unfortunately, on Ryan Rogue. It's the one that we put together, you know, about a month ago. In terms of the recipe.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we thinking about here?
What's the poll say?
Well, they want to investigate these metallics, which I don't. We'd have to ask Eric Orion.
What? Ask me what?
Well, he thinks it might be chloramine in the water, but the water.
It is. Tell me, it is not a water issue.
No, there was no Gundam model in the boil.
Not that we know.
Although that would explain the plastic taste. Okay.
All right.
So it's time for this. So if I go over to.
So we got gold dragons, silver dragons, bronze dragons, copper dragons, brass dragons, mercury dragons, iron dragons, steel dragons, platinum dragons. This is how it's going to work today because I'm on hyperdrive. Let's keep going. Come on.
I didn't know about mercury dragons. That sounds kick ass.
Right? They were whimsical, impulsive creatures. They delighted in the unpredictability and were reputed to be mentally unstable as well.
Well, that's definitely drawing back on some alchemy stuff, right? Yeah, I don't see, but even mercury dragons aren't on D&D Beyond. I wonder if that's old school. Metallic Dragoni. All kinds of good product here. So if I go into the Twitch poll overlay, we got platinum. We'll go with the big canonical ones here: platinum, gold, silver, bronze, and copper. Right?
I don't know if there's a platinum. Gold, silver, bronze, copper, brass. Brass is always a big one.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, steel. That's kind of cool.
Steel?
Iron dragons.
Wow. Well, I'll put these up here and we'll see what we get. I remember brass. That was from... the only reason I was thinking about brass dragons at all is Dragonlance.
Yeah.
Just because all your... God, what do they call those fucking things? Draconians. That's why.
Mhm.
It's because it's a word. I was like, what are they?
And it's like right there, right? It's
Yeah,
not
exactly.
like super creative.
Dragonio.
Yeah.
I was
No,
like
just,
trying to put something in there,
yeah,
trying to put a spin on it.
it's like, no, it's just draconians.
It's
Yeah,
draconian, like the
yeah.
word, like the word for cruel.
Yeah, it's like, how did they come up with that? Who knows, right?
I know
It's
how
like,
they did it.
it's like, how did they? Dave Matthews
Merriam-Webster.
Band. Where did they get that?
Merriam-Webster. That's the one. I don't know if it does. Yeah, Bahamut is definitely a real dragon.
Mm-hmm.
But what the hell is an iron dragon? Yeah, you go over to that. I was like, the first thing that comes up for Iron Dragon is old school RuneScape wiki. Couple cool options in there. Yeah, me either, Asmani. Yeah, and different eras have definitely gone wild. I mean, in that second edition era, when they were doing the monster manuals and like the expansions for monsters that were just like the 3-hole punch. Do you remember those, Eric? Like
Absolutely.
that era where you just got the extra packet and like,
oh yeah,
put it in your binder.
I still have it right
Woo!
like around the corner. It's great.
Oh man, that really gets me going. I got a lot of shit 3-hole punched in these books. Believe it.
So I think Platinum's winning this one.
No, Platinum came out on top. Probably pushed over the top.
So the question is, how do we want to frame this story of this dragon? Because one of the cool things about them, right, is they're shiny, they give off light, right, a light aura. But the interesting thing, so there were essentially 3 known of the platinum dragons. And the only one that actually had wings was Bahamut.
Mm-hmm.
The rest were wingless.
Oh, it was that sort of snaky version.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, how do we want to? I mean, and it's a good dragon too, right? It's not any kind of evil. So that's what's
yes, exactly
pretty fun, right? We've been doing evil dragons, so now
that's the vibe. And basically, this thing he's like a god for dragons, right? Like this is a dragon that this is a dragon that gods know about,
right?
So let's try to get a sense of their vibe.
What is that? Yeah, what does that feel? What is that?
Oh wow, dude! 1974 to 1976, the character was introduced to the game in its first supplement, Greyhawk. In this book, he was only known as the Dragon King, also called the Platinum Dragon, and didn't have a name. Woo!
So right. We like try and think of what is the king of all beers? Like what is what are the most well-known beers represented around the world, right?
Yeah. Are you making like an apex beer?
Right.
Like just fully lean into that side of it and emphasize like its role in a hierarchy.
Right. Like where did all the other beers stem from? Or
yeah, it was some kind of like you go back to some kind of like a really like a traditional researched style. The champagne of dragons. The king of beers is a Budweiser. Yeah, I mean, it's true. Beckenbauer is saying Märzen.
Yep, we just did one. So
yeah, we did Platinum Flex in it like Goldschlager.
Kind of funny.
All right.
So what is that? What should we be thinking when we do that? I mean, we can go with a lager, like a classic German lager.
Mm-hmm.
I would say like a German Pils, right? They're bright, clean,
Yes.
shiny.
It's the gleam, right?
Yeah.
What's
Um,
a Ryan Rogue is talking about something called a sparkling ale. I've never even heard of this. It's an
don't know.
Australian style, they say. Let's see. God, you know what another one would be good for? A brute IPA.
Could do a brute, but if we're going if we're going like like the classic American, it's going to be an American pale.
Yeah, just like the ship of the line.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's in the hierarchy of American beer, you're looking at a pale or a pilsner,
Right. Like
right?
that, yeah, just universally appreciated,
Right.
basically.
Yeah, and that's where everything kind of
Yeah,
branches down from.
you're not, I mean, if you're gonna take it. If somebody offers it to you. Let's see. SRM1. Yeah,
Mm.
I mean, how
Wasn't he part of Sublime?
yeah. Sparkling ale. I don't even know what this is.
Beats me.
They're offering a lot. It's the beer style born down under.
That's all that needs to be said, huh?
Lovely. I mean, these are some crazy images. It's
Um,
Australia's only native-born beer style. Its rise in popularity parallels the story of two American native styles, cream ale and California common. Australia's sparkling ale was an innovation pushed by environmental factors and aggressive competition. Interesting. Well, a lot of brewing is that way. Actually, there's serious industrial factors that are part of the story. Interesting.
so what the hell makes it so sparkling? It's just a pale ale.
Yeah, yeah. So it's a pale Commonwealth beer. So the guidelines for the Australian sparkling ale beer style are set by the Beer Judge Certification Program.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Certain color, right? It's 20 to 35 IBU, ABV but 4.5 to 6, okay. Color range 4 to 7, okay. Low to medium maltiness with no caramel flavors. Hop bitterness range from medium to moderately high with no florals.
Okay, so congratulations, Australia. You made a pale ale.
Yeah, so I think that I think that they crank. I think that
Yeah, they
the
cranked that.
carbonation.
Well, that and also the esters of apple and pear to banana. That's more of a
There we go.
lagery.
Okay, so so some wild yeast
Yeah.
character. All right,
Okay.
all right, okay. Um, this the photography that they have on this page is making me want to have one. I'll tell you
Oh,
that.
I agree. It looks delicious.
How would you get a very light color barley wine? Well, I mean, you would just make sure that the material you were setting down for a long time just had the right colors already. It's something that doesn't really happen in that style very much. Yes, I think that they are mega, like look almost a champagne,
Mm-hmm.
like a really active sharp, like champagne almost carbonation.
Yeah.
All right, but I like the vibe.
Yeah, totally.
I like the vibe. So let's say style for this new one. So a sparkling ale, which we can tune up in a variety of ways. Yeah, Pilsner. It's like, yeah, we say, certainly in terms of U.S. brewing, that leads to certain, like, there's going to be certain beers that we don't consider stylistically sophisticated, but these are beers that have that have had something like them drunk for hundreds and hundreds of years.
Mm-hmm.
That's the actual legacy of that style.
Right.
Also, I mean, you really can get but if beer is a religion, you really can get Budweiser the world over.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Its church is large. So do we want to say a sparkling ale and a Pilsner?
Totally. And a pale ale.
And a pale ale.
That's the classic.
Those are the tools.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get these dialed in here. But yeah, so I see if you have that crisp, clean ale, but then you also have some of this fruity angle, I can see that being good. I don't know if that constitutes a style, but I can see it. I can see it. I just like to have a beer that tastes like we intended it to.
Right.
At this point, I would settle for that.
Hey, ease up there, Ace.
Well, oh, no. This is dude. We've been brewing for 2.5, almost 3 years. This is like aside from issues with the Pico, this is like the first time where I haven't been like, all right, here we go. Where can I get more of this? This is the only time. It's got nothing to do with you, for sure. No, you even under these conditions, you tried to use it to teach me an important lesson. At times, it's like, Eric, he just wants you to, for once, not fuck up a beer.
God
it
damn
never
it.
happens, dude. He was a pro when we met, and he is making beers in buckets that are better than you can buy at the store. These are like Home Depot buckets. It's the same material, and they're still great. The Flensburger Pilsner made it to
no
your part of the world.
Beckenbauer, but it has.
Is
But
that
I'm
a style?
intrigued by it.
Flensburger?
I'm intrigued.
I wonder if it's another variant, like a yeast variant. Got an attractive bottle. I'll tell you that. It's got the fucking swing top bottle. Ooh.
Oh yeah, like the old Kolsch bottles.
Ooh. Does it for me. Sweetness. Okay. All right.
Very cool, Ryan. California Commons are great. I think everyone is gravitating towards the sparkling ale. I think it's a great idea.
Yeah, and then hopefully they'll inside the app there'll be a couple good yeast options that can make that for turnkey for us.
So when you look at this style, one of the best yeast options is the British Ale yeast by Y Yeast.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's true. So some of those tastes are going to be in there, and that's a reliable product.
Right, the bubbly part is just the carbonation.
Yeah, exactly. And we can make that happen at whatever level we feel like. All right. So now that we have our vibe, we got to take it to the next level.
Okay. So here's the thing. Do we want to use Pilsner or Pale? That's the first question.
Pilsner or Pale for our base grain? Now, how would we differentiate these?
Pale malt is smooth, less grainy, with a moderate malty flavor, and it's clean. Pale, that was Pale.
Yeah.
Let me get you a good description for Pils.
This is mega.
Pilsen
sweet, right?
Pilsen is going to give a maltier flavor. But lighter in color.
So let's start there. My suspicion is probably that the light color is going to be attractive to these beasts.
But it really depends. So if we go with Pale, that's cleaner, it's crispier, and it's also going to let us talk a little more with the hops. Well, I mean, they both really do that, but
we will get there.
Yep.
Yeah, pop culture poli-sci says, if we're looking at Bahamut, this interesting tidbit might be worth noting. Bahamut's favorite food was the early morning frost on blades of grass, honey, and daisy petals. And Times New Pony says, wow, what a diva. Yeah, I'll say. You can't actually like eat it.
Right.
So this thing is just going out there super early and just going on your fields, grazing like a cow. I mean, look, that doesn't rise to the level. Like, I expect more from my draconic deities. Yeah, exactly right. Zaga, just a field licker. Just out there going blah, blah, blah. Just starting at one side of the field, just putting the tongue out, and then it's going like a lawnmower back and forth. It's like the photon gun in a CRT, but for the morning frost on blades of grass, honey, and daisy petals. Bahamut's rider is legendary. Oh yeah, that's it. That's just it, dude. Pyrrha. So he's just like claiming all of those fields for himself.
Okay. So I'm guessing we're going with Pilsner malt on this one.
What gives you that idea? Yes.
I don't know. Throwing it out there.
All right. So we got our Pilsen.
Okay.
Malt flavor, lighter color. What's not to like?
Now, here's the thing. We could throw in Maris Otter if we wanted.
Ooh. That's caramel.
Maris Otter is really going to give us, one second, I'll get you the description.
Yeah, the flavor note is malty.
Yeah, essentially. I mean, it's, going to give you a big malt flavor.
Just pile it back up on top, and it's already starting out malty.
Mm-hmm.
Is there another option? We're basically saying, hey, we can add some Maris Otter, or we can...
Or we can say no Maris Otter and then we want to add crystal malt into this anyway. So that might be the other choice because you want big head retention in this beer.
Well, yeah, we want it to like spill over the top of the glass for the photograph, right?
Right. So crystal malt, actually, you know what? We're doing this backwards. We need to get what's our ABV?
Some stats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's pull back. Stop the lever.
Yeah. So we have our base grain.
Yep.
We'll start with there. But let's figure out what our ABV is.
So ABV.
So if we know, but hold on, if we know that this thing is out here licking flowers and stuff, like we got a couple different, we got some ideas. We're talking about a draconic diva, essentially, right?
Mm-hmm. So traditionally it's 4.5 to 6, but we can, do what we want, obviously. So what does that represent with this dragon?
Right.
Iceberg. I see what you did there.
Sauce, yeah, we're gonna jaunt over into chromatic, or not chromatics, into metallics now. I keep commingling words and then also saying the incorrect word. I think that's because I toss and turn all night and sweat through my sheets and pillow.
Well, listen, I know the feeling.
Was that your experience when you said that you basically woke up in the middle of the night?
I was up watching a movie, and they said if it was going to hit me, it would be 12 hours from the time I got my shot.
Yeah.
At 12 hours and 1 minute, it hit like a Mack truck. and it was a fever, achy muscles, and lots of sweat for 2 days.
Okay, because
So that's why I called and asked him, like, "Are you sure you want to do this tomorrow?"
Oh man, it's
But it's worth
it's
it. I mean, I'm not.
it's something. Oh yeah, dude.
I'd do it again. I don't
Oh
care.
yeah, I'm ready to get. I'm ready to get that north of 90% ding dong.
Yeah.
Well, and the truth is that now that that's happened, I mean, I can go over to Mike's and we can do one of these streams.
Right.
Oh man, Spiral Prime, the first shot did that to you?
Mm.
No, I didn't hear the drum beats of the Uruk Hai this time, although I did have a fever. Yeah, so we're looking at about 5.25 for the ABV.
Cool. Okay, so
yeah, so it's chart, of course, right in the middle. It's not at the high end. It's not at the low end. Okay, so let me enter that into the Holy Scroll. Now we need our CERM, which they're saying is like 4 to 7, right?
Yep. Hey Josh, can you switch over? There we go. So it's about 4 to 7, but I mean, where do we want to be with this platinum dragon? What does that mean?
True. Do we want to go even farther south if we want?
Well, yeah. I mean, so the scales were incredibly large, right, and incredibly shiny. They had an aura of light.
Yeah.
Around them. So
it's built in.
I mean, does that? Yeah. I mean, that's like a 2 or a 3.
Yeah. Yeah. So we go 2, 4. And then we're moving up into something like luster, right?
Right.
But that'll give you some good choices there off of the SRM there. Stolny, thank you so much. Yeah, that's lucky, Neon. This is Team Pfizer over here. Is that really it, Stiggs? It's a disintegration beam? I mean, that was always the thing, figuring out what the breath weapon was.
Right.
That's some Final Fantasy shit. That's what it is.
Well, I mean, you're the king of all dragons. What are you going to do?
Yeah, you're just going to open your mouth and people would get deleted.
Gone. You're de-resed.
Yeah, exactly. Except you don't end up in another place.
Right?
Yeah, it's a literal god dragon. Like, this is the sort of thing you come up with in junior high. Like,
yeah. Oh God, guys, I got this good idea.
Yeah. Krusty Utter seems humane though. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It isn't like these fucking. It isn't like these fucking chromatics.
Yeah, you're not melting. You're not turning into piles of goo.
Freezing people.
It's just
burn all the flesh off your bones. Just like gone. It just fucking go away.
You just didn't exist. See
Get out. His breath weapon is cancellation. Yeah, basically. It just gets right at it. It goes right to the source. They want it to be as bright as possible, which I'm super excited about. Well, and too. I think the truth is that we're willing to go even farther south than the style calls for, which I like.
All right, bitterness is between 20 and 35. So a 20 is kind of like, that tiptoeing through the tulips. And 35 is more on the breath weapon side.
Yeah, that's more like getting into that real ale shit. Now, before we continue, let me make sure I get this number in here. Let's see. So in terms of IBU, 20. Yeah. We'll see where this goes. Let's try that. Which one? Yeah, which one is field liquor? Yeah.
Field liquor. That's
Field
20.
liquor. Oh.
You're just rolling in the fields, licking shit. I think that's a little bit on the 20 side. 35 is the breath weapon.
Field liquor. Ooh.
What do you know about licking fields? Pretty real. Out in those fields.
Okay, yeah, I must be fucked up. Like, I must be off my fucking rocker if I'm just grabbing an instrument and then playing it in the middle.
Hey,
okay.
Do what you got to do, right?
Oh,
Live the dream.
Jesus Christ. All right.
Wow, I think 20 it is.
Yeah, interesting. So this is, you don't even know. This is just the bright flash that brings about annihilation.
Right.
It's a comfort, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Do I have any book recommendations up on my shelf here?
I'm rereading The Black Company, so that's my recommendation.
The Black Company is obviously where you should start.
If you haven't.
There's a lot of value in the saga rules for the Age of Vikings, in addition to a lot of really, really cool historical information, which is sort of like that's one of the fun things about old school, that type of martial conflict in war games, is that a lot of the people that put that stuff together are real cranked up about it. And so sometimes you can learn things. It's always worth checking,
right?
But sometimes you can learn some neat stuff.
I actually have the audiobook that's from Audible for the Black Company, and it's actually really well done.
The audiobooks for Black Company are exquisite.
Yeah.
Like
I was impressed.
Totally worth it. That is a completely great way to feast on it. I really enjoyed Pariah and Penitent by Dan Abnett. That's some 40K stuff. I mean, you might get a little bit over your head if you're not familiar with any of the grim dorkness.
What was the third one? Not Ravener. Ravenos? No.
Ravener.
Ravener. Right? Yeah.
Yeah. The other Inquisitors.
Yep.
Yeah. All the Eisenhorn stuff is good.
Yep.
Gaunt's Ghosts. Those are all great. When was the White Dragon made? That was right in the middle of the group, I think, because we did the Black Dragon and the Red Dragon, I think, at the end. All right. Hey, so 20 it is. Yeah. So this is just the bright flash that brings about total destruction, instant, painless destruction.
Love it. So back to our conversation.
Yeah.
Do we do Maris Otter and give it a stronger malty feel?
Yeah.
Or do we say, no, we're going to go with some crystal, give it some caramel taste, but really that's there to emphasize the head retention that we want to see in this beer. And the crystal, will do a light crystal to keep it more shiny and sparkly.
Yes. Yeah, because you can use that to get any color you want, right?
And we're not going high. I think, what did we vote for the color on this one? 4,
2.
5, 4, 2.
So a few grains.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll switch this back to Beersmith.
Oh, is that Data Tech? Is that already a term? Yeah. If there's something else. Oh, I don't know whoever. Data Tech is like, God damn it, Jerry, grim dorkness. I mean, maybe that's already a term. Probably. It is definitely 40K stuff is definitely an acquired taste.
The grim derp.
And it ranges like from cool and awesome to like airbrush unicorn levels of 80s excess.
Yeah, I'm okay with all.
Yeah, exactly. I'm fine with the range, but I'm saying that like some parts of it make a lot more sense than other parts of it.
Gotcha. Understandable.
The Crystal Pepsi Porter.
Yeah, God, Crystal Pepsi. What a joke.
I have read some Joe Abercrombie. All right.
Wasn't there a blue Pepsi too at one point?
It's possible. I was down with Crystal Pepsi.
I didn't hate it.
I was into it. I put that shit away.
We could never find it. Like we'd always go searching for it, and we could never find it.
I bought it. I was there.
Company? You were just like,
I'm not just the president. I'm also a client.
Yeah, you were like, you know what? I'm just gonna buy all of your stock.
It's true. Now, Crystal Malt.
Pepsi Blue. Thank you, Times. Okay, so here's what we'll do. We're just gonna add the lightest crystal, like a crystal 10, to this mix.
Keep that bright color.
Yep.
And then but basically, I think that you've established it. You've established it correctly. We really want it to. We want this to be abundant.
Mm-hmm.
When you pull this thing off of the tap,
right,
it's soapy.
Right. Oops, I did that backwards. Hold on.
Norm, are you saying that tires don't taste good? Is that you saying you don't want to drink a tire?
Say what?
Norm Cavalier says Crystal Pepsi tasted like tires to me. Yeah, I just want to verify for
that's not the flavor profile you wanted in a soda.
Yeah, notes of tire.
Yeah,
burnt tires. Yeah, I wonder if there was some chemical or flavoring in there that just goes a certain way. There are certain tastes that are this way, and I assume that if nobody had tasted burnt tires, we might still have some. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as they're cooked, you're not going to get salmonella from them, Lag, right? You know?
Yeah. Ultimately, it's about food safety.
Yeah. Uncooked tires can be really dangerous. And, you know.
All right. Now.
I mean, why do they warm the tires up when they're driving them on a race course?
Exactly.
Simple. Exactly. Do them too.
Finally, someone willing to ask the real questions.
Yeah.
So.
Cold tires can be bad for you.
Yeah.
Either on a car or when consumed.
Yeah, exactly. It's just a problem in general. So we have our color, we have our base grain. And now, so basically, I think that our theme is a dragon fancy enough to lick individual blades of grass for delicious treats and a fancy pants.
And what's cool about this, right, is we're done with our grains right now.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a pure dragon. This is the purest of dragons, right? So we don't have to add all these other grains.
No. This is the rest are aspiring to this.
Yeah.
Now, what do we want?
We want to go crazy with the fucking hops.
No, we gotta work florals and grassy notes into the hops, man.
Yeah. 1 second.
So grassy is not hard to find in a hop profile.
Okay, so I'm gonna throw one out before we get into the those notes.
As a bittering hop, you mean?
No, we're just gonna use this is one hop. We're gonna go with one hop. This is almost like a smash.
Oh, it's gonna hit it and then be there.
Yeah. So the first one is Galaxy.
Ooh. Oh, right? Well, that's what's not to like.
Right.
We got obviously we got the great theme off of the name, but this is a pretty complex.
Citrus, cool peach, passion fruit flavors, tropical aromas, lifting you away to a far off destination of flavor, like the
up, right? Well, functionally speaking, celestial.
Exactly.
Right.
So that's where I think we go with that type of hop. But let's look at other Australian hops that would be kind of fun to play around.
Yeah, and so and that's an important part of the story for Australian brewing too. Right. Is that they had to develop the costs the costs of everything there is such a part of every equation
Right.
that they have to have their own. They have their own hop. They have their own versions of hops from elsewhere.
Yeah.
But Galaxy is classique. Underdog, this is an Australian sparkling ale.
So, I don't know if we'll be able to get another one. Vic's Secret.
Oh yeah. What do you got in there?
This is going to be more piney, more florally, with a little bit of pineapple.
I think that's pretty fancy.
Yeah. And hold on. Here's a fun one. I don't know if we can get these, but Enigma hops.
Enigma.
Here is your brushing through the bushes and whatnot, right?
What do you got?
Raspberries, red currant, light tropical fruit, and Pinot Gris.
Pinot Gris.
Gris.
Here, so but raspberry, currant. What was the third one?
Like tropical fruit.
Pinot Gris. Oh man, a wine taste. Oh man, I mean, all of these, you can see all of these in.
Oh, Yakima Valley. We might be able to get them. Yakima Valley.
It's true. You know, I didn't know that Galaxy was an Australian hop.
Yeah, totally.
That's why it's so brutal to get here. It's the inverse actually of their typical problem, right?
Right.
If we want to get a hop from there, now we're facing all the same dynamics.
Right. But Galaxy is popular, so like Yakima will make it, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, there's a couple of these that I like, but man, I don't think Enigma. I don't think that's going to be impossible to get.
No, I mean no, it's literally made by
one of the local growers.
One of the local growers. Yeah, Yakima is one of the biggest growers in the U.S.
Even for. I know they are for big stuff, but even for
homebrew, yeah, that's
kinky off-brand stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, here, hang on a second. My pup is he woof. All right. Yeah, the field licking is the key. So just imagine that draconic tongue just playing gently over the fields, you know, picking up errant fruits from the bushes.
Fruit.
Right. And then I think a wine note in a hop is, I think that the chat has identified correctly that this is hilarious.
This is a delight.
This is a very this dragon. It's like with the other one, we're like really trying to get down into like the deep darkness, but it's like with these heroic apex dragons, we're like, how can we take the piss out of them?
Yeah, it's like, oh, he likes to, just roll in the fields, no big deal.
Yeah, he likes to loll in the fields with his tongue out. The original taste is, what the fuck is this, fanfic? Yeah, basically, this is the beer version of fanfic. Well, yeah, but this is the thing, Zaga, is that they can come out early, right? I like to think that they're a little bit embarrassed, but it's like they like that morning dew, so they're getting out early.
Wait, so you think like the king of all dragons really gives a shit if other dragons see him just like rolling around in the grass.
Well,
He's
got a brand to maintain. He's like the god of all good dragons is out there going wow wow wow. Come on, I mean nobody wants that. They didn't want that imagery.
So he's
out
just
there
sneaking around. He's like, oh god,
yeah, he creeps up out of a little hole. Whoop.
7 a.m. Can't let anybody see me.
Like those paws.
Yeah.
Like you just see those two gleaming hands reach up. Whoo-hoo. It's like a marmoset.
Yeah, it's like a meerkat.
Yeah, just and it's like exactly right. Exactly right. It's just like, well, I could maybe just 5 minutes more.
Yeah. And it's like, oh, got you. You know,
it's Enigma.
TV. And then if anybody does catch him, prismatic breath, right?
Yeah.
Just go on.
Yeah, exactly. You
catch him. You catch him.
Exactly.
Go on.
You get bullied.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously Josh is coming in with a novel take, which is that just millions of insectoid lives annihilated just by the surface area of that massive hose. Just all corners of it's something else. Jerry's right. Bahamut also did not need food when he was in his lair. Of course not. He's been out all night. He's supped already. He's supped already on the sweetest dew and frost. Yeah, that's the best second. It's like, and it's not even that good. They're all going to try it for a little bit, but it's like, I guess it's fine.
It's like, do your thing, man. You know, cool.
All right. All night long.
All night.
All night. Yeah, but that's basically Bahamut. All right. Yeah, so Bahamut is getting tooled in this show. So
did we pick a hop? Is the
yeah.
Up?
It's Enigma. It is Enigma.
And what was our IBU we were going with?
Our IBU is 20. That's the bright flash.
Okay.
This is just going to be classic and eternal. Like you will never, if you had to settle for a beer, this would be fine.
Yeah.
This could just be your beer.
Yes, absolutely.
It's going to be the right beer for every occasion.
Okay, so let's talk about yeast.
Yes.
We're going to do the British ale yeast, which is going to give us a fruity, tart, and dry, crisp finish. Now, the other one we'll use is the traditional Australian ale yeast.
Oh, so they got one ready to go.
Yep, it produces a clean, malty finish with pleasant ester characters.
Okay, so that ester character, that must be important. There's a lot of those British yeasts like we have here. They're like inextricable from the styles.
Whew. All right, get those votes in.
Yep, get them dialed in. So, is the energy still there, Eric?
Huh?
Is the dark energy from the night's rest?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be going till like midnight.
Dude, this is the time to seriously get into kettlebells or something.
Right. Well, the thing is, like, I'm glad we're gonna play ATO after, because if we were playing golf, I would, since I used a mouse, my hands gonna just be like, like.
But it's like a landing strip.
Yeah.
Oh, Takun, thanks so much for the sub. They say, greetings, precious channel. I've got a farmhouse ale, a Brewing.
Very cool.
Hang out with the Amber Council, plan another beer. Absolutely. So we are just getting dialed in this new shit here, which is for Bahamut and is largely themed around the licking of plants. Somehow it became a focus.
It's a thing.
Yeah, and we got it dialed in.
The more you know, really.
Yes, exactly. Infra, thank you so much. Much appreciated. Yeah, wait, listen, no, Krusty Utter. Understood. I know that you like the occasional gloff, but you should know that come Wednesday, the Golfa stream, 2 to 4 PDT, will be the classic 2v2 adventure you have come to enjoy. And we are getting rid of all assists for cutting now, which is going to change things. I'm so glad that we started practicing without it.
I'm glad I started that trend, my friend.
It's true though, because when we did the actual 9 holes, like the long before, it's like you have the long game and you have the short game, like that's recognized, right? But if you drop out the assists, even as a gameplay mechanism, which was kind of fun, if you completely drop out the assists, that it's not the same game at all anymore.
Oh, it evens the playing field, and it's just, I mean, you gotta, learn. You really have to learn what the hell's happening on those greens.
Yes. Now the Australian ale yeast won out, which I suspected it might.
That's great.
Absolutely. But man, I can't wait to get this one. I can't wait to get this one under and get it going to work. And especially compared to a lot of our recent ones, there's some novel additions. There's a lot of homework. This is just
Enigma. I'm excited.
Good. This is just good.
It is pure.
See ya, Neon. Now, so we do need a name for this Platinum Dragon cavorting and capering. Through these fields, getting those unique flavors.
Mountain Dew.
Mountain Dew? All right.
The malt of the Mountain King. Nice. Field liquor. Dew liquor. Good call. Dew process. Yeah. Bahamut.
Dew process. Oh, don't. It's in there. Fear not.
Yeah. Tommy Bahamut's grass.
Tommy Bahamut's what?
Grass juice. I just like the Tommy Bahamut. That's freaking great. Yeah, Bright Flash is kind of fun.
I like it too. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
Is it hop you're looking for?
Dew under. Yeah.
All right. I like what I'm seeing here. Here we go.
Our dark dew.
All right. Here we go. Give these a try.
What a treat.
I know. This is going to be real good.
Field liquor.
It's not, we're not madmen. I mean, we draw attention to great products.
Uh-huh. Tommy Bahamut. I'm going to make that shirt.
It's madness. This is what it is. It's weird and it's wrong. The fat bear is like, I'm late. I feel like I'm missing something. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Hell
You
yeah.
did. All right. I'm going to tell Mike that we're going to
Get
drop
that
the stream.
gunpowder ready.
Mm-hmm. All right. Field liquor. I love it.
Jesus.
And again, it's just rising right to the top there. Yeah, Mechanthrope, that's what we specialize in here. Things that seem legitimate.
So far.
All right. Hey, Mr. Krahulik says that he's ready to seize it.
All right.
So we're gonna give it to him.
Mike X.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what did we end up with here? It ended up being field liquor. Oh, Tommy Bahamut's grass juice only got 7. What?
Wait, what? Oh, well, it's 21%.
Listen. I'm not saying that it didn't do a good job. I'm just saying I thought it with these weirdos, it would be catapulted to the top in no time.
I don't know. Field liquor's pretty good. Both. I am all for both.
Yeah, absolutely. So we got what we needed. We got what we came for. Premium name experience. We have done it. We have done it, family.
I agree.
We have gotten all the way through it. We have projected to the very end.
Mm-hmm.
We have extracted value. We have made somehow a parody of Bahamut that you can drink based on someone's novel incursion in the chat.
We feel right about this? I mean,
I do feel right about it.
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt righter about anything. This is it. Hey, so Mike is taking over to build some gunpla. I'll see you at 3.
Yep. Sounds good.
All right. Sounds good. We leave you in Mr. Krahulik's capable hands. Until next time, come back and see us at 3.